The following is a presentation of The Day.
Thanks for joining us on a very special live lunch break. My name is Rick Coster. You're watching on theday.com. We do it every Thursday at noon. This particular Thursday, it's Thanksgiving as you see this, and so we hope that you will avail yourselves of some music with the turkey and the oyster dressing as we do it in the South. Today we're very special. Guests are the Occom Woods Trio, the first classical music trio we've actually had in the studio here, and so we're honored that you guys would spend some time with us. This is the Occom Wood Trio, and this is Carl, Kirk, and Gabriel. You guys enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to change my reading. I'm going to give this a whirl. Let's do it dangerously. This is a brighter read. All right.
Piazzolla.
Let's tango, guys.
So North America, South America, we're traveling the continents. And next, Asia. Here. Cross-trans appropriation here. We have Delibes French opera set in India, but with a Chinese instrument that I have handy, an arrangement of the Flower Duet from Lakme.
Thanks again for joining us on a special Thanksgiving live lunch break. I'm Rick Coster, theday.com. We have today with us Occom Woods Trio, and it's the first time we've had a classical music trio or classical music anything for that matter, and it's our fault. We haven't done that before. The room, as you can see, isn't really set up for a full orchestra, but it's good to have the three of you. This is Carl, and this is over here is Kirk, and this is Gabriel. The first thing you guys might have noticed is that you have sort of twisted the template on the stereotypical woodwind trio, because the violin is not a woodwind. So how did that happen? Let me ask you, sorry, I said Matthew. Let me ask you, Gabriel, how did that happen?
Carl and Kirk were colleagues of mine from other gigs in the past, and all of us are interested in playing chamber music, and just, colleague hanging out, talking, how it happens often that chamber music groups form. Same like bands, you're hanging out and friends, and Carl has deep library, great librarian of the wind trio musics, and Kirk has played those with him a lot over the years also. Other people have been in and out in the rotation of that, and they were in a bit of a lull, and I just loved the repertoire. There's just more interesting composers, more of 20th century, more of stuff from around the planet that is in wind trio. It's a whole new world and repertoire for me, so it's been really fun substituting violin for the flute or oboe of a lot of the woodwind trio repertoire.
So if that's the case, then do you have to write your own transcriptions, or did you guys just sit around and arrange it yourselves? And what, Carl, did you and Kirk think at the idea of a violin coming into this?
Well, I really think there's a wealth of music available for three instruments, and the trio is very adaptable. So if you find something that's written for three voices, it can be arranged for this group, and there's just a lot of music for three voices. And as for playing with the violin, it's I love the way the violin is so demonstrative when he makes an entrance, and it's a real sforzando, and also the whole way that the violin phrases is a little different from a wind instrument. So it's very enjoyable to be playing with the violin. Would play with Gabe.
You're watching Live Lunch Break. I'm Rick Coster, and we have Occom Woods Trio with us today on this Thanksgiving edition. What, Gabriel, was that last instrument you played?
Last instrument is called erhu. It's a Chinese two-string instrument. Still string and bow, and so it was a rather convenient, easy switch for me pushing 20 years ago in Seattle. This was imported for me by teacher Warren Chang, and I learned it there. I learned the Chinese jianpu simplified notation. They have their own, in China, different music notation system, which is more popular than the Western staff notation, and arguably is most popular published on the planet. There's enough people in China, and I love the sound of this. There's no fingerboard, and it opens up just whole new dimensions of vibrato and character. It's a piece of a giant snake, constrictor snake. It's basically a drum. It's like the banjo idea of sound production. And it's just drum head. It happens to be of a snake, and gives it that particular sound. And
it is very expressive. And I was going to ask Kirk, because the last piece you guys did before the break, while the bassoon was playing a melody, then the two of you guys had a harmony line going on, and it was very intricate, and I wondered how difficult it is for you. Was that scripted melody or a harmony, or how does that work when you're arranging with an instrument that maybe you're not as familiar with? Or does that make any sense?
Yes. Well, it was part of the set arrangement that we play, but personally, I feel like blending the sounds of the clarinet and the violin, it's just very appealing to me, and as far as having the violin as part of the trio, it sort of gives it sort of a orchestral flavor, an orchestral dimension that I really like a lot.
Perfectly expressed. Now, What is it like in terms of working? If I don't know how you guys book gigs for, it's the holiday season coming up, so hopefully that means something. But do you confound expectation when someone calls and says, "Well, we want a woodwind trio for this event or whatever," and you say, "Well, exactly, we're not." But we have. Is that a problem, or is it something you don't worry about? Is it easy to find work, or how's that work?
It's, it's hard to be. I mean, we're musicians, and we're not business people at all. So when the prospective bride calls and says, what are you going to do for me? It would be nice to have like a business manager or something that could, really put her at ease and, gee, this is going to sound nice. I mean, it's going to sound nice, but it's just hard to be a business person and wear that hat also,
That's why we're happy to give those people the 15%, right, when it works. So, all right. So, hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving. This is Rick Coster and with the Occom Woods Trio, and we were hoping you guys might play a few more tunes for us before you go home to your respective turkey festivals.
name was that comes through here.
Thank you so much to Carl, Gabe, and Kurt, Occom Woods Trio. You guys were tremendous.
Yeah, thanks.
Presumably available for your holiday soiree as we kick into that season. I'm Rick Coster for theday.com. We'll be back normally in the Telegraph at Record Store next week with Heart's Cry. May your turkey be moist, and may your dressing be the stuff of dreams.